Hi, this is Miss Vizone, and this is pre-calculus, and we are doing a review of factoring more difficult problems in the quadratic formula. So let's start with multiplying some binomials, right? So we have 3x plus 4 times 2x plus 7, and then 4x plus 9 times x minus 3. So multiply those out, pause the video. Alright, so you can do FOIL, you could just multiply however you like to do it. So we can do 3x times 2x plus 7 plus 4 times 2x plus 7, and then just double distribute. So 6x squared plus 21x plus 8x plus 28. Combine the middle two because they're like terms. 6x squared plus 29x plus 28 is the answer. Okay. And then this one, we have 4x times x minus 3 and 9 times x minus 3. Distribute. 4x squared minus 12x plus 9x minus 27. Again, combine the middle two. So these are the more difficult multiplying ones, so factoring them is also more difficult. I put 29. This is supposed to be 27. If you were to factor, if I gave you this and asked you to find this, it's much more difficult because the numbers in the coefficients of the x's end up multiplying the numbers on the inside. So like these numbers, it's not nice and easy, right? So let's go over how to factor these. So factor number 1. 2x squared plus 13x plus 20. I'm going to go over a few different ways to do this. Number 1, in your head. In your head. Let's just think about how could you do this in your head. So this is how I learned. What multiplies to 2x squared? 2x and x. Okay. Now, everything's positive, so this one isn't too terrible. So we're looking, these two numbers have to be things that multiply to 20. So I can over here write 1 times 20, 2 times 10, 4 times 5. Okay, so if I put a 1 here and a 20 here, does that work? If I put a 1 here and a 20 here, let me get a pencil to show you. If I put a 1 here and a 20 here, when I multiply out, you end up with 1 times x, that's x, and 2 times 20, that's 40. That gives me 41. That doesn't work, so it's not 1 and 20. But I also could reverse it. I could put the 20 here and the 1 here. Does that work? No, because this is 2 times 1 is 2, and this is 20. 20 and 2 is 22. So 1 and 20 does not work. Okay? So then I have to think about, can I do 2 and 10? Okay? If I put a 2 here and a 10 here. 2 times 10 is 20, 22. Nope. How about 2 here and a 10 here? That's 4 and 10, that's 14. Close, but still no. So it's got to be 4 and 5, but where does the 4 go? Where does the 5 go? Let's see, if I put the 4 here, that's 8, and the 5 here, that's 8 and 5. Oh, that's 13. So the answer is x plus 5, x plus 4. So it seems like that's really hard. But if you really take the time and try it, you can probably get pretty fast. Okay, so method 1 in your head. Now let's go over the method I taught last year. Last year, here was my method. We're going to multiply our a and c together. Okay, multiply your a and c. Now notice you can't divide everything by 2. We have to do it this way because you cannot pull out that 2 because of the 13. So we're looking for numbers that multiply to 40 and combine to 13. Okay. That is 1 times 40, 2 times 20, 4 times 10, and 5 times 8. Which one of those adds up to 30? The 5 and the 8. So what we're going to do is 5 and 8 gives you 13. 5 and 8 gives you 13. What we're going to do is we're going to replace our 13 with 5 and 8. So 2x squared plus 5x plus 8x plus 20. Okay? So replace the middle term with 5x and 8x. How many terms are there now? There's now 4 terms. So what we can do is we can do factor by grouping like we did with our polynomials, our x cubed problems. Take the first two. What's the GCF of this one and this one? What goes into 2x squared and 5x? X. So divide by x, 2x plus 5. And then what goes into 8x and 20? 4. Divide by 4. X plus 5. 2x plus 5, sorry. Now notice the same thing as on the inside twice. You actually factor out a 2x plus 5, and what's left? X plus 4. So this is the method I taught last year. I'm going to show you a third method, okay? You can choose whichever one you like. So whatever, like pick whichever one works for you. Okay, here's the third method. So this was A, was in our head. B was the grouping. C is very similar, okay? C, 2 and 20, we're actually going to multiply them together. I'm going to rewrite and create a new trinomial. My new trinomial is my x squared plus 13x plus 40. Okay? So just like before, the first step is the same. X squared, 13x, 40, I multiply those together. Now, how do you factor this? Well, we already made our MC chart. We got 5 and 8. So I'm going to write this as x plus 5 times x plus 8. Okay? But remember, what did we lose? We lost that 2 that was in the front. We lost the 2 in the front. So what we're going to do is put both of our numbers divided by 2. Can you divide either one of these? Yeah, you can divide 8 divided by 2. So I have x plus 5 over 2 and x plus 4. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Now I don't want to leave this like this, so we're going to slide it. It's called I think it's the slide and change or something like that. That's what it's called. So I'm going to take that 2 and it's going to move to the front. 2x plus 5, x plus 4. And notice all 3 methods in my head, grouping, slide rule, you